We're here to talk about Squid Game, the worldwide sensation with over 2.2 billion hours viewed on Netflix. That is like watching a movie for over 250,000 years. It holds the record for the top non-English series viewership in the history of television. But what exactly contributed to its success? Is it the dystopian nature of the series? Or perhaps the relatable feeling of a social status disparity? Hello everyone, my name is Vander and welcome to Vander Explains. In this video, you guessed it, we're going to talk about Squid Game. But we're not here to break down clips, analyze the series, or point out Easter eggs. Instead, we're going to dive right into what inspired director Hwang Dong-Hyuk into writing this compelling story, and what series of events needed to happen to make his dream a reality. So without further ado, let's get started. Born May 26, 1971 in Sangmun-dong, Seoul, Dong-Hyuk is a quiet yet curious child. He also had a rather rough upbringing, losing his father at the age of 5. He had to live with his mother and grandmother throughout his childhood. They worked twice as hard to provide for the family to keep them afloat. They were of the working class and were never exposed to anything luxurious. They often talk about the financial hardships throughout their lives. The only form of affordable entertainment for Dong-Hyuk were Korean manhwabangs. They're essentially comic book cafes, where you pay a daily or hourly fee so that you can enjoy the endless amounts of books available at your fingertips. He read countless of books day in, day out throughout his entire teenage years and even throughout his young adult life. He then enrolled to one of Korea's most prestigious universities, the Seoul National University. His mom and grandmother had to take out loans, pay off debts just to allow him to afford that study. He took a major in communication, and at the age of 21, his mother even saved enough money for him to get a video camera, and he instantly fell in love. Dong-Hyuk would record random moments in his life, people walking the street, and record them with such enthusiasm. He knew from day one of getting his video camera that he was going to pursue a career in filmmaking. As he was finishing his Bachelor of Communications in Seoul National University, he made several short films, A Puff of Smoke in 1998 and Our Sad Life in 1999. They garnered almost no recognition, but it was a huge stepping stone in his life as a filmmaker. He then decided to move into LA in the University of Southern California, studying Masters of Fine Arts in Film Production. He studied hard, and he graduated in 2004 with his movie called The Miracle Mile. This was his thesis project. He won the Student Emmy Award and was also awarded by the Directors Guild of America for Student Film Award. His film was also featured in 40 different film screenings internationally. This was Dong-Hyuk's first international breakthrough, and a huge milestone for him. But little did he know, his life was about to go towards a downward spiral. He was planning for his next big hit. He made a script for a movie revolving around the idea of a survival game with a hint of gambling, gore, and violence. He pitched this idea to various different producers in Korea, but none of them would give him a shot. They would tell him that the idea was too wild, it was too violent, and it didn't really resonate with the people at the time. He spent years trying to pitch this to different people to no avail. He spent hours, he spent his money, and nothing was to come out of it. So he decided to just bury the script in the back of his mind, and instead focus on other movies. That was back in 2008. Fast forward a few years later, and Dong-Hyuk actually managed to direct several different films. One being a crime drama movie titled Silence, which was based on true events. Another one being Miss Granny, and a more recent one called The Fortress. They were relatively successful, garnering him more and more popularity within Korea. However, behind the silver screen and the rising numbers, Dong-Hyuk was actually more miserable than ever. He actually took on more financial debt, having to take out loans in order to finance his movies. He was perfecting his craft day in, day out, and was losing sleep by the minute. But there was always this one thought lingering behind his mind. the script that he made back in 2008. He knew deep down that this movie was going to be the next big hit. And that was when he truly focused on the genres of his choice. He went all in into the gambling and survival genre. He even brushed up on the Japanese survival mangas that he used to read as a child, namely Battle Royale, Liar Game, and Gambling Apocalypse. After that, he refined his script even further, getting better day by day. At the same time, on the other side of the world, Netflix was trying to grow its global outreach, trying to set up divisions in other parts of the world. They were trying to find the next Stranger Things, and they knew that they wanted to come not from the USA, but from somewhere else in the world. Nothing of that scale had ever come from outside of America. So in 2018, Netflix decided to expand to their Asian region. They operated in a temporary office space in Seoul, and that was when Dong-Hyuk heard of this. He instantly brought his script over to their office and met with Kim Min-young, one of Netflix's content officers for the Asian region. Luckily, she recognized his work and gave him a shot. She read the script and she knew that this was the next big thing. Netflix at the time really wanted something outside of the box. They were getting tired of the traditional Korean drama series filled with romance and comedy. Not that they're bad, but they just really wanted to pivot into something different. So when they read the script for Squid Games, they knew that this was it. So in September of 2019, they officially announced that they were going to produce Dong-Hyuk's work into a Netflix original series. It took 3 long years for Dong-Hyuk to create, direct, and refine the movie across 9 episodes. It was even reported that he lost 6 to 9 teeth due to stress of production and filmmaking. What he didn't realize were that those sleepless nights and the stress that he had producing the 9 long episodes was about to wash away. Squid Game was officially released on September 17, 2021, and it slowly but surely crept up the charts, captivating audiences all over the world, reaching number 1 most viewed in over 90 countries. Never in his wildest dreams would Dong-Hyuk imagine that his production would reach such astronomical numbers. In an interview that he did on September 28th of 2021, he actually looked back in hindsight about the script that he developed back in 2008. He now realized that the reason he got rejected by so many different producers back then was because his script was so wild and outlandish to society at the time. None of them were able to relate. The story was just too insane for people to comprehend. But after the pandemic, and after the struggles experienced by people across the world, his script now made sense. The social status disparity was drawn out even further, and being able to financially free themselves through a gambling game was now people's pipe dream. So the movie stuck on people's minds, and because of that, it became a huge hit. Dong-Hyuk was also asked about the magic number 456, being the number of participants in the Squid Games, as well as the prize money being 45.6 billion won. He answered this question by saying that 10 years ago, he originally planned the prize money to be 10 billion won, but fast forward 10 years later, and that seemed like a relatively small amount of money. So he researched and he found out that the highest paid lottery winner was about 40 billion won, so then he just increased that by a bit to 45.6. He didn't really definitively say why that exact number. But when I did my research and theory crafting, the meaning behind 456 could be interpreted in several ways. One theory was that it means average, being the middle section of the numeric keypad. 456 literally means the middle numbers, and that just means that people entering the game were all treated equally as average. Also, coincidentally, the population of people in Asia at the time of the release of Squid Games was ironically 4.56 billion people. Call that a fluke, call that a coincidence, but who knows, maybe that's the true reason. He was also asked about why he selected Children's Game to be the focal point of the entire series. He answered by saying that he wanted a mix between fantasy and reality while incorporating a form of ridiculousness to the whole series. He wanted to make sure it captures people's attentions, and making it about children's game that Koreans used to play when they were kids made it that much more relatable. And I guess it also relates to everyone else in the world. In the end of the day, Squid Game's success is attributed to Dong-Hyuk's never-give-up mentality. He persevered through the years until he found the right time and the right people to support his work. Squid Game became the first non-English language show that was nominated for and win the Emmy Awards. Not only did they win it, but they won 6 of them, and Dong-Hyuk became the first Asian director to be awarded with one. He was originally thinking that Squid Game was going to be a one and done, but because of the overwhelming responses from the fans, making number 2 was a no-brainer. At the time of making this video, Squid Game 2 has already reached insane numbers, charting number 1 in 92 countries on week 1 of its release. And what many fans maybe would not have known is that Season 3 release is just over the horizon. Since Dong-Hyuk planned that Season 3 as the third and final season, they filmed Season 2 and 3 in quick succession. They have actually just wrapped up filming of Season 3, and it is forecasted to be released sometime around June or July of this year. Fans can rest easy, the release is just around the corner. So there you have it, the story and struggles behind the world's biggest television series. I wanted to share this video not only to explain Squid Game's origin story and conception, but also to share that a breakthrough can happen at a moment's notice. It took Dong-Hyuk 10 years to make his script a reality. He went through so many ups and downs, going through financial struggles, paying off his debt, and also his mother's and grandmother's debt too. The key here was that he persevered. Dong-Hyuk knew that his idea would one day resonate with people. His tenacity and determination led him to where he is now. I guess what I wanted to highlight is that this could apply to you too. Your ideas could be that of a brilliant one, but maybe it's not presented to the right people, at the right time, or at the right place. Failures and struggles are just the ingredients to future success. So you need to back yourself, and when the right opportunity, timing, and people arise, capitalize on them and take your shot. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy other videos in this channel. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the video, and please enjoy engaging with the rest of the community. For now, this is Vander, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.